influenced you and who you become
Now, the nature of African family, when the family is polygamous, and you suddenly find yourself in the midst of 50 citizens of Nigeria who become your brother and sisters, it becomes a challenge to want to find your own identity, even in the family, where everybody are doctors, lawyers, and architects, pharmacists. It was important for me to use beauty to capture the essence of life. That's what interested me to become an artist.
So how will you describe it when you actually started? How will you describe it?
Yes, it was lonely, very beautiful. I was living on the power of my loneliness, watching the people in their eyes, how they appreciate me. So with time, I gathered enough knowledge about harmony, how to respond, and how to live amicably through actually looking at the eyes and communicating. But the beautiful thing is, after I used to go back in my little crowded room to try to recreate every kind of beauty that I experienced.
now? So would you say all your dreams have come true? The dreams you had when you were younger of being an artist, would you say they've come true?
Now, the only dream that has come true is that I have the ability to spend money, because because the people over the time, they come to realize that art is useful, and everybody likes to have beautiful art.
So how much appreciation do you receive? Have you received over the years? Because sometimes people don't really regard artists and artwork, especially in this part of the world. How much appreciation have you felt in the course of this year?
Now, coming back to Nigeria, I'm very happy to be here. I find out that there's a lot of appreciation because I've been invited from the single person even to the president.
Compared to abroad, how would you rate the Nigerian art industry here in Nigeria?
Nigerian art industry is very beautiful, and it has a very good tendency of getting really strong because we are back now to put in the impulse of the international market and also the flair of progress. We want to also set the pace for the Western world.
But how do we incorporate our indigenous culture? Because if we go back to the very old times, even before the white men came, we are very grounded in art. Our Benin bronzes are legendary. Even the Ife artworks are legendary. How do we incorporate those into more contemporary practices and see that we get our industry to world standard?
Now, what I have to say to that is long time ago, even prominent famous artists like Picasso already stole ideas from the African masks, and during the time of the Cubism and the development of the Expressionism in the Western art, Africa is always inside the art. It could be European, it could be Asian, it could be Scandinavian. Africa is the center and the beginning of the world. So white people even they paint African pictures because the skin is not the color, because the mind has no color.
Yeah. Coming back to you, you are not only known for being a curator. Tell us about other things you do.
Now, I will not be able to be a curator. People call me curator because one of my most famous works is called Death of the Curator. Death of the Curator is not a clinical death. It is the basic criticisms that are going on about curated art. How is the curator managing the art of the people? How is he being the custodian of this art? How is he keeping this art? Is he misusing this art? Is it making the art to be irregular or not to be understood? So when you hear curator in relation with my name, it has to do with an art team that is very highly publicized and very famous called Death of the Curator, which is part of my work. I wrote a drama called Death of the Curator, and I did in the most important art platform of the world, in the Olympics of Art, in Documenta in Kassel. Documenta is every 4 years. It is the highest place that art goes to all over the world. There was the Death of the Curator featured in 2007, and the book was published for actors and writers so they can put it on stage as a drama to relate to the people, to reveal the secrets in the art world.
So which of your works would you classify as your most inspired? Because I realize that creative people, yes, they have a lot of works that are close to their heart, but there are still a few that you say, these are my most inspired works.
The most inspired works that I have is particularly the work I'm doing now. You know what I mean? And that is Art Merchant Salon. When a cat is let out of the bag, the secret becomes open and everybody knows what is happening. Art Merchant exhibition is like letting a cat out of the bag, where the artist becomes a merchant, where he brings out his works and sells them like every normal product, like a bottle of beer, like a bowl of fufu.
I wanted to ask you, why are you in Nigeria?
I'm in Nigeria because every time when you sleep, you keep thinking about your family, and you keep thinking about from where you come, and you have to go back there and check if everybody's feeling good.
Yeah, coming to our Nollywood. So what do you have on table? What do you...
Nollywood,
Yeah.
Nollywood, I'm coming. Nollywood, I have for the table Nollywood, something interdisciplinary, something evocative, and something very modern, even better than Hollywood. Because in Hollywood, there are a lot of film direction and film types that are even very difficult to consume, because either these works of films are not really well articulated through the script, or the possession of the cast and the crew is not right. So when I come to Nollywood, we're going to remove many of the African voodoos that they used to disturb the viewers. We're going to go mainstream and concentrate ourselves on just simple things that makes life to go on, and it is not voodoo.
So how are you planning to do this?
I'm planning to do this by writing scripts and choosing very good scripts that I can play on or play with as actor.
So every creative person, those are met, those who've read about home and abroad, have those who influence them, maybe in their line of work or in other lines. So who are those that influence you?
The people that influence me are not the people who influenced me before. They were able to influence me because I didn't have my own way and I was looking. Some of those influences were not good. So now the people that influence me is you.
So tell us about your 1 week event that's coming up.
Now, my 1 week event, my brain is like a computer. I answer very quick because I'm very attentive and very open. My 1 week show is called Art Merchant Salon. Art Merchant 2 Salon. The first Art Merchant was done in National Museum in March. It was very successful, and I was invited to come back to Nigeria. So this time, coming back to Nigeria, I'm not only bringing art, I'm also bringing all the pleasures that goes with visual arts. That means sitting down, drinking a beer, discussing about art, and making a party. The program is like this. The Art Merchant 2 Salon will open on 28th, 6 p.m. at Yusuf Grillo Gallery in Yaba College of Technology. On 29th is a talk, a podium. The podium will be directed by Prince Omoba Yemisi Shillon. He is the greatest art collector in the whole of Africa. And the special guest is Sami Olagbaju, also one of the greatest collectors of art in Africa and also in the Western world. This talk is coming up on 29th, a day after the opening on 28th at exactly 6 p.m. All stakeholders will be there. Some people in Nollywood, all your famous actors that you love, they will be there too. And on 30th is the art performance party with the title Black Man in European Kitchen versus the Curator. So there will be DJ, there will be music, there will be a lot of paintings and sculptures showing in the Art Merchant 2 salon.
No, so in what way would this art merchant to be different from art merchant 1? Because we know when one is doing something afterwards, it should be better. So in what way will it be different?
It's much more different, and I hope it's going to be much more better, because this time we are doing it in the Baba style. The Baba style means you sit down, nothing so intellectual, nothing so intoxicating and so technical, but something very pleasurable, where you will relax. You can even take off your shoes, walk around, drink your beer, but don't take off your shirt. Drink your beer, eat, look at art, and communicate with other people.
All right, finally, how would you like to be addressed? Because you said you don't prefer being a curator, so how would you like to be addressed?
Now, you have to call me the new thing happening in the Nigerian art. Art has a great compass. It has to do with fine art and also show business. It has to do with music, it has to do with poetry, and also audiovisual performance.
Mm-hmm. Now let's meet you. If I were to meet you for the first time.
Thank you.
Yeah, we want to know about you.
Yeah,
Introduce yourself.
Yes.
Okay, my name is Emmanuel Eni, Black Man in European Kitchen.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so
Thank
much. Thank you. Nice one. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.